welcome to 6 Feet Apart with Chris and Allison. I'm Allison, that's Chris, and we're here at one of our off-site storage locations. Unfortunately, our collection is over 200,000 items large, and unfortunately we can't fit all of that into our museum. So we have to store some of it in off-site locations like this one, especially things as large as cars, which is what we're going to take you through today. We have a Case car, a Mitchell car, and a Nash car, and we're going to take you through each and every one of them. Case, known for making farming equipment, actually started making cars for a little while in the early 1900s. Mitchell started off as a wagon making company and also graduated into cars in the early 1900s. And Nash is the only one of these three companies that actually started making cars from the beginning, moving to Racine after they bought out the Mitchell company in the early 1900s. Chris, take it away.
Okay, well, I'll start with the Mitchell here. This is a 1920 Mitchell. It's an F-type, six-cylinder, beautiful car. This came to the museum's collection about, I want to say, 20 years ago now? Perhaps. It is the second Mitchell car in the museum's collection. The first one here is a 1905, if you can get a close-up of that. This one actually is in the museum, so when we do reopen, we invite you to come and see that and check out the Mitchell story, and you can even hear a Mitchell song if you want to press a button and listen. This was restored to working condition by our good friends in the Mitchell Collectors Club, and I can show you the engine here if you'd like to take a peek. There we go. All cleaned up and raring to go. Note the oil can right there. Isn't that cool? All right. This was among the last models produced by Mitchell. In about 1916 or 17, maybe a little bit later, they produced something that had this horrible, ugly design with this pointed windshield, and it did not sell. It was referred to jokingly as the Drunken Mitchell because whoever designed it must have been in most people's minds. And the company unfortunately didn't survive much longer than that, but they did come back a little bit with these by re-releasing their beautiful F-type models, and this is one of those. I'm always intrigued by the radiator covers of these things. I think if you take a look at all three cars, they're unique and they're beautiful. There you go. The second one I'd like to show you is a 1927 Nash Golfer's Coupe. This was purchased for us from a private collection by the Johnson family in right around 2004, I think. This one is neat. This is one of the ones that was produced in Racine after Nash bought and expanded into the Racine area. After Mitchell went out of business, they purchased the Mitchell plant in 1924 and began producing automobiles here. This is a wood-framed car. It's called a Golfer's Coupe because of this. See this little door here on the side? The whole sole intent of this door was so that somebody could stash their golf bags in the boot of the car, where there is also a rumble seat. I've got that open so you can see that. And that just opens up just like this. And the seat folds down, locks up nice. We can take a look inside. Carrie, if you want to, you can pop the door. Take a look inside. This all the original appointments. Absolutely beautiful work in there. Wish we could fire it up because the horn is really something to hear. Okay. And take a look again at that radiator cap of this one. See just how beautiful and ornate that is. All right, and finally, the most recent addition to the museum's collection is a 1927 Case touring car. Case, as Allison mentioned, produced automobiles during the first part of the century. They purchased the Pierce Racine Automotive Works in 1910, 1911, and produced cars right up through 1927. This is the last model year. It's actually probably put together by, with parts from the 1926 model year. But it's a beautiful car. It was fully restored to running condition. It came to us from a donor in Virginia in 2017. We've had all three of these cars in various parades over the years. We love to get them out where people can see them, different shows and community events. Even though we can't get them into the museum, we try to provide opportunities for people to access them, although this year we don't seem to have too many of those right now. In any event, we have these three cars in the collection, and we'll get them out. We'd love to show them to you, and maybe watch for the parade this year, or watch for community events throughout Racine County. Maybe you'll get to see one of these up close and personal. Thank you. And before I close, I want to remind everybody to join us Thursday when Carrie will be delivering a Pioneer program on our Facebook feed. Thanks for watching.